Y'all, I'm back again. I'm still here. I mean, I was sitting here working on this thing, and I'm like, why am I working by myself when they're out there somewhere? Just turn it on and talk to them some more. So now you're back. I just got to thinking about something. It's a horrible thought. I thought, hey, you know, what if some of the people, or any of the people, or all of the people who have encouraged me to be online with my napping did so with the express motivation that since I do it so wrong, I will mislead others to do it wrong, and then the people that encouraged me, will be the only ones doing it right, and they can giggle all the way. What do you think? I mean, just because you're paranoid don't mean nobody's out to get you. I really wish that I had a bigger sampling of different kinds of rock to show you, and I think I need to get in the garage and move stuff around and look at some of the buckets and stuff. See what else I have. It's funny, I showed you a piece of overcooked dang it, my brain's not working. Overcooked, what the heck's the other name for Florence H. Hurd out of Oklahoma? I cannot believe, man, I am not aging like fine wine, I tell you what. Anyway, that stuff is interesting. It requires pretty high heat to whip it into shape, but it's the thing that I like about it is it's got all these fossils in it. Got a lot of like 300-400 million year old fossils in it. Little bitty stuff, the little forams and stuff. Pretty interesting. Anyway, it's a relatively popular type of flint, except for the fact that I can't think of it to tell you the name. I really shouldn't have turned the camera back on if I'm just going to do this. Do y'all like when there's weird little things wrong with a point where, see, I think it has character, but I definitely need to straighten this thing up. Straighten the edge up. It actually didn't come out too bad with the balance issue. Not really bad. I still have a little bit of a symmetry issue here. Sometimes though on big blades I'm almost tempted to leave a little symmetry issue in them. There's something that bugs my eye about a point having perfect symmetry. It's kind of like, oh yeah, you bought it at the store and it was injection molded or something. I mean, I don't want perfect symmetry. Don't like it. It's kind of cool when you make stuff yourself. You just make it how you want it. I'm just selectively going along here and trying to take the flakes that need to be taken on this side, and then I'll turn it around and take some on the other side. And I think one of the things though that I do with obsidian is I don't, I think a lot of times I don't stiffen the edge enough when I take, with my braiding. Because you really do have to stiffen it a fair amount in order to get it where it'll hold up to take the flakes you need. This isn't very good. One of my not so well kept secrets is I secretly am dissatisfied with almost everything I make. Because as fast as I get better, my judgment of what's good runs out ahead of that. So by the time I get better, then I think it's not good enough anymore. But I will. So I probably could go into some kind of therapy where I just learn to like my stuff more, and then I wouldn't have to practice. Yeah. Think of the money I'd save on my rock budget. I really like rock hunting, but I've been trying to talk myself into shutting down some of it because it gets really tiring, and you can only nap so much. I never know when I'm through with something, and I don't like to, I never like to go back and work on anything that I've already worked on. I'm not sure why I do that, because I know somebody that'll like go back and look at it and see that it's not like they want it, and they'll rework it. And of course you do spot stuff later that you wish you had spotted at the time. I don't know why that is. But it seems like a lot of time you go back later and look at them and you see some, oh, you know, that's a little off. What was that? Why didn't I see that? Don't know. I need to start thinking better about stuff that I can tell you that I haven't already said on camera. See, one thing, I can see that there's a little bit off in the symmetry on this. It's you know, the base on this side needs to come in a little more, or the tip should go over a little bit that way, just a little bit, or something. I do adjust the tip more than I do the bases, because it just seems like it's easier sometimes. Although on this style it doesn't matter much, they're both easy. I think it's funny, I think some people, you know, won't, when they're trying to do something big, they won't get the symmetry right because they don't want to lose any size off of their big point they made. which I think is pretty funny. Because I'd rather have something that looks good to me than have it be, you know, a ½ inch longer or whatever, I don't know. I probably should have, and I can't believe I'm just sitting here snorting. When I'm outside and it's cool and it's been a front and everything like that, man, it gets to me, man. It gets to me. At which point am I supposed to start considering everyone online my imaginary friends? It's a very strange relationship. Well, not real sure why I turned the camera back on. I could actually straighten that base up a little bit, but I kind of like it when I leave bases a little crooked and then you show it to somebody and they can't decide whether to mention it to you or not, like maybe you didn't see it. Pretty funny. Just for the record, I'm a lot more meticulous and pay better attention and everything like that when, you know, when I'm not recording. So it is possible you may see some of my results online or somewhere and say, oh, how'd that guy do it as much as a wild man and goofball as he is? How did he do that point? Well, the answer is, you know, I probably wasn't being watched when I did it. My wife has made me break a whole bunch of points. She'll come out and start talking to me like she's going to go somewhere, you know, or something. She'll come out and sit there and be talking to me, all of a sudden, bang, there's a point on the ground, you know. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, did I make you do that? Like, oh, no, dear, you had nothing to do with it. I was just fixing to break that point anyway when you came out. I'm not going to mess with this anymore now. I'm losing it, man. I'm losing it. Okay, so this is it. I don't think I'm going to come back online with this again. So other than maybe post a still photo on the interwebs or something, I probably won't do anything else with it. So say goodbye, point. Goodbye, point. See y'all later. Freeze crack.